To God glory. Greet each and every one that is a platform, all those that are listening in through, and then those. I greet you all in the mighty name of Jesus. That I thank God for this day that He has granted myself and all of us this morning. How we are once again back together, and I thank you for keeping us over the weekend. I know that God has done so much in this year, but I want to zone in on one specific thing. And so many would have would have known about my mom going through her surgeries and doing surgery for her thyroid situation. And so that put me, cautioned me to just go and ask my doctor, because when I was 13 years old, when I moved to New York, my pediatrician at the time was very, she was on alert when it came to my thyroid, and she had me doing tests, and every time I did a test, it came back negative. So I wasn't hypo or hyper, but they kept saying my neck is larger, and they did several tests, nothing ever came back. So my thyroid was in the clear. And so that happened from the age of 13 up until 16. And after a while, she said, you know what, it's okay. So she stopped testing me. So since 16 years old, I never really checked my thyroid. And due to my mom's surgery and thyroid problems, I was like, let me go and just go and check mine. So I went to my doctor, and when I went, she's like, can I just give you an anxiety check, because I love to go to the doctor for anything, and not anything, but if I feel the unction to go to the doctor, if I feel something's off, I'm going to the doctor. So I started, okay, she asked me if she can give me an anxiety test. And she gave me one. I took it, and I knew I didn't have no anxiety. I just I was being cautious. She did the test, and that was that. So anyway, she gave me the requisition to go and do some tests. And when they did the test, they saw they wanted to test me again. And with that, it came back as positive for hypothyroidism. And so she sent me to a specialist. And when I went to the specialist, she saw me and she said, well, yeah, your neck is larger. And she tested me, and now she said, I don't think you have you don't have a hyperthyroid, but I believe you had either thyroiditis, which is when a virus attacks the thyroid, it fights, and what happens, it destabilizes the thyroid, causing it to go into either a causing it to go into hyper mode, and then after it goes into hypo mode, and then usually 80% of people plateau. So she said it could be that, or it could be Graves' disease. I said, God, I pray it's not Graves' disease. And so I did the blood work and everything, and then it came back positive for thyroiditis. And so we thank God for that. And while I was sitting there, she said, I don't know, I'm feeling led to continue, do another deeper search. I want to do a ultrasound. So She said, because I don't know. She's like, I just wanted, for my peace of mind. She said, do you mind? And I said, no, okay, go ahead. So she did the ultrasound, and then they came back. They found nodules on my thyroid. And so she said, I want to do a biopsy. So we did a biopsy on the thyroid. And so I started this testing. I would have requested the testing early January of this year, and everything would have trickled out. And so by June of this year, I found out that I had thyroid cancer in my left thyroid. So now she called me, she told me, and honest to God, the first reaction I had was not sadness, I was just angry. I was angry at the circumstances, at life, just angry. And I thank God for who he placed as my specialist, because this woman just started to pray and she just began to minister. She made sure she was in the clear. She asked me. And then I was like, yes, I'm a child of God. I'm a believer. And then she started to just pray and just minister to me. And honestly, who you get counsel from, especially in these seasons of life, really change. Like, it really impacts how you go through the season. Because I know without a shadow of a doubt that initial, her praying and just ministering to me helped me go through this with a peace that I can't even explain. After that, like I said, the anger I felt, but after that, I honestly, the anger disappeared and I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared. I just kept saying, I don't know what you're doing, God, but one thing I know is that my life is in your hands. That I can rest assured in. And so she told me, okay, we're going to have to do, we're going to have to do surgery, all of that. I mean, I'm young. I did not want to do surgery, but of course, I'm not going to say no because I hate the situation. But thank God that she said, we found this so early, it literally just formed. And she said, it's so small, so it's not going to be like, it shouldn't be difficult to take out. And the only thing that I kept saying, like I was a bit apprehensive about, was anesthesia. I'm not a fan, of anesthesia, just because you're really relying on a machine to breathe. And so, but I had to remind myself again that my life is in God's hands. And so I kept praying for the day to come. And as the date for the surgery was set, I kept praying that the day of, I wouldn't be hit with like anxiety and nerves, because I kept saying, like I said, I did not feel any fear. And everyone kept asking me, like, are you okay? Like, you're not scared? I'm like, no, I'm not scared. You're not worried? I'm like, no, I'm not worried. I don't know. I can't explain it, but I just have a peace. I'm okay. I promise you, I'm okay. I'm okay. And the day came, and honest to God, September came, and when I woke up the morning before the morning of the surgery, there was a joy in my soul. And again, I cannot explain it, but I know it was God. And I thank God, because I'm in that hospital, and I know that some of the people were looking at me like, I said, good morning, how are you? It was very chirpy. Very, very chirpy. And they, they did the surgery. Thank God, everything went well. And so I thank God, because it's out. When I went to the specialist, she looked, she told me what kind of thyroid cancer it was. And it was really small. They caught it right as it, it formed and started. And, got it out. And I thank God, because they diagnosed me as low risk, and it didn't spread or anything like that. And so I just give God thanks and praise, because I know from the very beginning, I can say I literally saw how he was there in it with me the whole time, from the specialist coming and and praying, with me, ministering to me, her, choosing to do that. That could have, they have to be very careful because they could lose their job, right? But she took that step of faith and she was obedient. And in her obedience, she blessed me. And I thank God for her. I told her when I saw her, I said, thank God for you because you don't understand the way that this really helped me enter into the season. And I didn't go through it with despair. I didn't go through it, feeling downtrodden, but I went through it. There